chain killing, 6 skill tiers, double overcharge, and top tier weapon handling. That's the build I bring to you today.
I'm trying to dig the way out. I'm rolling in the tack dog. How late you wanna stay out? It's past your curfew when it's dark. I'm searching for you in the park. Shady murdered him, another person. He just hit his mark. He met his quota for the month. They found the coda all rolled up inside a bag. He probably dragged the body for about a block.
I made a lot of sniper builds in my day, the Division 2. This one, I gotta say, is quite unique. There's one. Here's our overcharge. Crushing.
Detecting additional hostile contacts.
Handling is super tight, as you can imagine. And we got more overcharges than we can dream of here. 2 is a lot for a sniper. There's another overcharge, I think, right there. Yep. Okay, quick break to walk you through the build. It's quite amazing and unique, inspired because of Season 3, the new changes that came really with Project Resolve. Let's start with the featured weapon, which is the Scalpal. So this weapon did get a buff in general, and I think it's the RPM that was changed, and I believe a little bit of optimal range too. It was fine as it was, and it's even better now. I've damaged the targets out of cover on mine with headshot damage, digital scope, and I got some reload speed, stability here. I really like that mod, and then more rounds. And then Future Perfection. So this thing is king now. Weapon kills grant 1 skill tier for 19 seconds, stacks up to 4 times. That might actually be 15 seconds. It may be a typo, it may not be a typo. Not quite sure right now. Weapon kills at skill tier 6 grant overcharge for 15 seconds. So what's magical here is that this used to only give you 3 skill tiers, now gives you 4 plus the overcharge. So that means you only need 2 skill tiers on your build to achieve a 6 skill tier build plus overcharge, which has a 90-second cooldown. And so what I did is paired it up with the BTSU data gloves, which have skill haste, repair, and the skill tier. You need 2 of those, remember. But this allows me to initiate a second overcharge when I destroy a hive. And it gives your hive some serious skill haste as well. The overcharge has a 120-second cooldown. There's a lot of different sniper skill builds you can make now, really, especially since Season 11 in Year 4. But one of the things I was thinking about was that the decoy is just really helpful for snipers. And the reason why is because the decoy is best at impacting the AI's behavior. So when the decoy is out, there's really less of those cartwheels, and there's less hiding in cover, and there's less walking in weird lines. And with the decoy, they're really attracted to it. They walk in straight lines with the decoy. So very helpful to have that with the sniper, because sniping in this game isn't the easiest thing all the time. But with the decoy, when you're wondering like, hey, how does he land so many of his headshots? The decoy does most of the work. It just controls the AI. So that's part of it. And then of course, weapon handling, and we'll go into all the build details, but I want to explain first. Hotshot gives a big boost to weapon handling. That's 30%. Huge, just for running 2 pieces. And then you also get breathe control, which is basically 15% stability coming out of the sharpshooter specialization, and it also increases your ability to pick up targets faster. And so that's also really helpful. So weapon handling is key for snipers, no doubt. But you need to headshot damage in order to chain kill on the most difficult content, so you got to make sure that's there. So how do you get even more weapon handling on your build? Well, the booster hive. So one of the greatest threats for a sniper is actually status effects, especially the ones that don't allow you to ADS, like fire. The booster hive provides you resistance against hazards. In addition, it provides you weapon handling. So you can get godly amounts of weapon handling. What this build is doing, it's giving you maximum weapon handling and maximum uptime on your booster. You should have access to your stim efficiency from the booster like 99% of the time. And both of these skills also benefit your allies if you decide to run on a team too. You could put damage skills here, of course, like a turret and a drone, but why do these AI influencing or weapon handling skills matter? Well, I'm running 4 pieces of Hotshot, which is a great gear set, but if you pay attention to it closely, it's about consecutive headshots. And if you don't get consecutive headshots and headshot kills, then you're not making the use out of the 4-piece bonus. On other sniper builds, you can run Determined, but we're running the Scalpal. The point is the skill tiers, so we don't get access to Determined. And so with Determined, this gear set is really not a problem because it's pretty easy to maintain your consecutive shots. Sometimes you lose it, but it's not a big deal when you hit those air shots. But on a build that's not running Determined, it's a little more hit or miss. They give you the 30% weapon handling, but with the booster and then the decoy influencing AI behavior, maintaining your headshots becomes a lot more realistic. And why do you want the headshots? There's a lot here. So the second one is going to apply actual damage, and then you got armor on kill and bonus armor on kill, and then you get a free reload. It keeps reloading your mag from that point forward and applying all the same buffs. So really, this gear set applies everything you need to survive in the Division 2. It's everything. Weapon handling at its base, all the headshot damage you can dream of, more damage, and added survivability and utility. So that's a big deal. And so you really want to take advantage of the Hotshot by making sure you get the most out of its 4-piece bonus. And these skills are what's helping do that. And then the weapon is driving the skills uptime so that they're always there for you to assist. And there's more, I'm not done. And then the chest piece is providing more survivability by giving us actual armor on kill, which we're doing a lot of, right? Because we're a chain killing beast. So that's the general premise of the build. Pretty cool. Now let me walk you through the details. The secondary weapon is the Nemesis. I'm using this really just to kick off fights, bosses, or warhounds. It's a great backup weapon for this use case. The pistol, use whatever you like. You can use the TDI card, but you're not going to want to switch out of your Scalpal because when you do, you're going to lose your skill tiers. Not a big deal because you're a chain killing beast, so you're not actually relying on your skills. They're added benefits. And we're running Sharpshooter. I do use the TAC 50 when I can. It's faster than the Nemesis, but I don't use it on bosses. So the Hotshot's giving us the core stats: marksman rifle damage, handling, and headshot damage. It's a lot there. And then I have weapon damage and headshot damage. And so I'm playing from cover, so I decided not to run too much armor. You could add more if you wanted to. I'd actually take off the armor on the chest piece if I could. I just don't have the piece. The reason why I decided to run the backpack is because of its talent. So I got weapon damage and double headshot damage here, but the talent allows you to miss a headshot. So it's like a forgiveness. So you can miss a headshot, which is definitely going to happen from time to time, and it allows you to maintain your buffs. The knees are weapon damage and headshot damage. And then I put 1 skill tier on the holster to make sure we have the 2 skill tiers. This skill tier can go anywhere. And then headshot damage. And the chest piece is Palisades, brand new brand set. And it's got armor, headshot damage, handling, headshot damage, and then Headhunter. So Headhunter's driving most of the power. That's what's giving you the ability to chain kill elites. And that's because it has 1,250% damage cap from your last killing blow. All you need to do is have 150 headshot damage on the weapons that you're using. To get that cap, we have 287. So we're in good shape there. And then of course the BTSU gloves, which are quite unique. They're basically used to reset hives. When we crush the hive, it not only puts us on overcharge, but it makes sure that we get that hive back extremely quickly because of the overcharge. And then when the decoy is on overcharge, it's got a 90% duration, but a 200% skill haste. So it comes back faster. Not to mention its threat level goes way up there. And so I did run this build with the Memento too, and it definitely worked as well. And the Memento trophies are like mini overcharges. The Memento isn't as powerful when it comes to bringing your hive back quickly. And in order to take advantage of that mini overcharge, you have to get out of cover a lot more often and move around the map a little bit to grab all of those trophies laying around from your headshot kills. And I found that I was being distracted. I was chain killing so well, I didn't want to move. And so I wasn't going to get my trophies as much with this build. But I felt like this is more of a traditional way to play and something that most players can adopt and really enjoy, again, because of that weapon handling. Let's look at it. So we got 83% stability and 38% weapon handling, not to mention a 58% reload speed bonus. And then the base hazard protection is just for my watch, which is at 10%. So this is where things get neat. The buff amount from the booster hive at tier 2 is at 35.2%. A little bit of that is coming from this mod, so keep that in mind. For each increase in skill tier, it's roughly just shy of 7% and caps out at a total of 60% plus the stim efficiency mod, which will give us a total of 62% in buffs. Now, the buffs that are included in the booster are 3 things: hazard protection, weapon handling, and melee damage. I know, melee. Weapon handling includes weapon swap, stability, reload speed, accuracy. So all those things are gonna get an increase by that 62%. That's gonna give us a total reload speed bonus of 125%. That's gonna push our stability to 145%. That's insane. If you didn't know, stability is how you control weapon sway in snipers. It's not just about recoil control. Weapon swap is gonna go off the charts, and we will be at a total of 100% weapon handling. 100%. Insane. So the skill tiers are going to increase your buffs, but the overcharge won't. But you also be getting the other things like drone speed and stim efficiency and buff duration. So how long you're going to have the benefits will basically be lasting longer, which is going to be traveling to you faster. And so things get to a ridiculous amount there at overcharge. At tier 6, you're getting plus 24 beyond what we already have, which is 8. So when we're at tier 6 or overcharge, we'll have 16 more total charges, pushing us to a cap of 36 total charges. But your hive is basically infinite, because when you run out, you could just drop it and crush it and put it on overcharge so it refills really fast. And so that's why the build is pretty amazing, and I think a lot of you are gonna love it to help you get better at sniping and land those headshots, and again, have all the survivability you need, because you got armor on kill coming from the gear set and the chest piece too. Thank you for hanging out with me today. My name is TuxedoBandido, and this was another episode of The Division 2. If you found this video helpful, subscribe, like, and turn on notifications to ensure you don't miss out on the fantastic experiences waiting for you in The Division 2. And if you like builds like this, check out the recommended build video I have here for you. If you have anything you want to see covered, be sure to let me know in the comments below. And thank you to all the channel members and donors who make everything possible. Tux Nation wouldn't be without you.
Follow me.
I get it.